In today's episode, we will talk about two people who fell in the jaws of death as their life and loved ones flashed before their eyes. Mike Coots from Hawaii and Glenn Dixon from Australia had encounters that would leave them scared for the rest of their lives. The deep blue waters of our ocean might be beautiful and invite you to cool down in them and enjoy the sea breeze as you surf and dive inside and out of it. But its inhabitants are not so welcoming sometimes. Let's begin. Mike Coots, a person who loves photography, diving, surfing, and living life. He has a deep passion for the island of Kauai, where he was born and raised. Growing up in a place surrounded by water, Mike cultivated a special bond with the ocean, and it is something that has stayed with him till today. One of his earliest and fondest memories of the sea was when his grandmother gave him a push into a wave at Poipu Beach when he was just 5 years old. Mike Coots, then only 18 years old, was put through a terrifying encounter that would irrevocably change the way the rest of his life would unfold. Everything changed that day in 1997. The day was peaceful by the water, but the calm rapidly gave way to dread when a massive hammerhead shark launched a vicious attack. As a furious battle broke out, the previously blue waters took on a crimson hue. There was no commotion or warning signs, just a sudden intense pressure enveloping his lower body. Desperately attempting to break free, Mike's struggles only seemed to provoke the shark further. It vigorously shook its head, violently thrashing Mike around as if he were a lifeless toy. Ignoring the excruciating pain, Mike relied on his instincts and repeatedly struck the shark's face, as advised by experts, until it finally released its grip. To his horror, he realized that the shark had mercilessly devoured it. Mike's leg was torn apart by the razor-sharp teeth of the shark, yet he was able to get away from the unrelenting predator. Mike's unbreakable will refused to cave in, despite the unfathomable amount of pain he was in. Mike's friends rushed to his aid, panicking at the horrific sight before them. One of them quickly fashioned a makeshift tourniquet, utilizing the leash from his surfboard. The doctors later informed Mike that this impromptu measure likely saved his life during the frenzied rush to the hospital. The damage was irreparable, so the doctors had no alternative but to amputate his crippled leg and replace it with a prosthetic limb. This was the only option available to them. The story of Mike's survival became a symbol of fortitude and a demonstration of the power of the human spirit to prevail in the face of adversity. His bravery in the face of such a horrible experience served as an inspiration to an incalculable number of other people, a living reminder that even the darkest moments may be met with unyielding perseverance and optimism. Mike made the decision to make something positive out of his previous negative experience with sharks after watching the documentary Shark Water. The movie inspired him to take action against shark finning, as well as unfavorable portrayals of sharks in the media. These are two of the most significant problems that sharks face today. In 2010, Mikey pushed for the passage of legislation that would make it unlawful to possess shark fins in the state of Hawaii. This law was the first of its sort to be passed anywhere in the United States. Soon after, further states joined in. In addition, he pursued training to become a professional photographer. Visual journalism is the approach that most accurately describes his work, which consists of striking photos that spark conversations about sharks on social media. Mike was approached by Patty about making a movie to promote shark conservation, and he decided that Tiger Beach would be the best site for the video. I wanted to construct a story that would capture people's attention while also having a strong foundation. I was able to bring awareness to sharks and the reasons why they are vital to the health of our ocean by scuba diving with the same species that attacked me. According to Mike, Tiger Beach also provides the stunning scenery and crystal clear water of the Bahamas. The harsh reality of shark finning was shocking for Coots, who has such a strong connection to the sea that he returned to bodyboarding just 1 month and a few days after having a limb amputated. Mike's passion for the ocean led him to make this decision. Mike started making efforts to capture the attention of lawmakers in Washington in order to assist in moving conservation initiatives forward. Mike stood out from the crowd of other eco-friendly activists due to the fact that he was an amputee and had survived a shark attack. In addition to making it easier for him to have conversations with public authorities, his injury has also given him the opportunity to serve as an inspiration to amputees and those who have survived shark attacks all around the world. It's only been 18 years, but he now recognizes that none of this would have been possible if he hadn't had that one fateful brush with the tiger shark. Don't forget to bite that subscribe button. Another attack took place in 2017 in Australia concerning an already motivational speaker and successful MUI Thai fighter, Glenn Dixon. He was an adventurous young man of 25 years old and decided to go on a spearfishing trip with 3 other anglers in order to experience the excitement of the underwater world. Unfortunately, the trip ended in tragedy. He had no idea that their journey would take such a terrible turn before it was over. As Glenn descended farther into the ocean's depths, a bull shark that was 3.5 meters in length and attracted by the shimmering spear, mistaken him for prey and attacked it. An instant that stopped Glenn's heart was when the shark came at him and closed its teeth on his leg. Glenn was able to be extracted from the shark's mouth thanks to the heroic actions of his fellow fishermen, who immediately went into action to fend off the shark and save their friend. Glenn was fortunate enough to be saved. Nonetheless, he sustained severe injuries that forced doctors to amputate one of his legs in the hospital. This terrifying incident put Glenn's resiliency to the test, but it also demonstrated the unyielding tenacity of the human spirit and the ties that can be formed when faced with adversity. Those who hear Glenn's incredible story of surviving the ordeal never fail to be moved and inspired by his unbreakable spirit. The 3 friends who were with the father of 2 were commended by the paramedics for their efforts in creating a tourniquet out of garments and bringing him to shore, where he was subsequently airlifted to the Cairns Hospital in a critical but stable condition. According to the senior operations supervisor for the Queensland Ambulance Service, Neil Noble, the 25-year-old patient is extremely lucky to have the outcome he's had so far. I'd give him another 60 seconds, and it's quite conceivable that this gentleman would have passed away as a result of his injuries if the bleeding hadn't been controlled with direct pressure and a tourniquet being applied, as well as blood being given to him by the rescue crew aboard the helicopter, he continued. Glenn Dixon is a firm believer that the sea is the property of the various animals that call it home, despite the fact that he lost a leg after being attacked by a bull shark that measured 3 meters in length. He wants us to reevaluate how we feel about the top predators in the food chain and treat them with respect by not interfering with their natural behavior, such as by installing drum lines or instituting culling programs. These survivors serve as a reminder of the tenacity of the human spirit in a world where the ocean's depths hold both beauty and peril. Their terrifying encounters with sharks are proof of the courage we all possess. Let their tales serve as a source of bravery, reverence for the beauty of the deep, and a reminder that we must also revere and safeguard these amazing beings who live in our shared environment. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If so, leave a like and subscribe to watch more content coming your way. Until next time, take care.